History often highlights kings, empires, and battles. Yet, a silent, powerful force truly shaped destiny: climate. Not just weather, but long-term shifts over millennia. This unseen hand built and broke civilizations. Ancient Mesopotamia thrived by the Tigris and Euphrates, but prolonged droughts destabilized harvests, igniting famine and unrest. Climatic stress often heralded empire declines. Egypt relied on the Nile's annual floods. When floods faltered, kingdoms suffered. Droughts shrunk harvests, causing internal strife. An inconsistent river flow could unravel society. The Indus Valley civilization's fall links to monsoon changes. Their advanced cities, unable to adapt, vanished as rivers dried or shifted. In the Americas, the Maya, with their great cities and calendars, faced similar environmental stress. Severe droughts in Mesoamerica are tied to urban abandonment. Populations dispersed, social structures crumbled. Across the globe, climate was a silent architect. It decided settlement, farming, and migration. This invisible influence offers a critical lens on our human story. Climate isn't just backdrop, it drives history.
The Late Bronze Age, a time of mighty empires and vast trade, faced nature's silent wrath. Around 1200 BCE, a profound global climate shift began, a critical factor in the widespread Bronze Age collapse. This wasn't sudden, but a relentless tightening of environmental pressures. Across the Mediterranean, Near East, and Aegean, evidence shows severe, prolonged droughts. Animated maps depict river systems, once vital for commerce, dwindling. Fertile fields withered, harvests shrinking. This was a systemic, multi-decade crisis impacting countless cultures. Compounding the drought was a global cooling trend. These changes destabilized agriculture. Shorter growing seasons and unpredictable weather stressed communities already short on water. The era's sophisticated economies, reliant on grain, olives, and wine, began to unravel. Powers like the Hittites, Mycenaeans, and Egypt's New Kingdom, built on this foundation, faced existential threats. Dire consequences followed. Famine spread, prompting mass migrations. Internal strife surged as rulers struggled to feed their people. Trade routes became dangerous or ceased. The intricate web of Bronze Age alliances snapped. A vibrant, interconnected world grew colder, drier, and desperate, leading to centuries of upheaval. For centuries, the Roman Empire flourished, its vastness seemingly unchallengeable. But beneath the grandeur, unseen forces gnawed at its foundations. One such force, climate change, a mini ice age creeping across the northern hemisphere. Imagine a slow, relentless cooling, subtly altering the world Rome knew. From the late 2nd century AD, evidence suggests a gradual yet significant drop in average temperatures. Tree rings and ice cores paint a picture of colder, wetter summers and harsher winters. This wasn't a sudden cataclysm, but a slow burn, eroding agricultural productivity. Grain yields, the bedrock of Roman sustenance, began to falter across vital provinces. Less sun, more rain, colder seasons meant diminished harvests year after year. For a massive population dependent on constant food supplies, this was catastrophic. Food shortages became common, leading to price spikes and widespread unrest in urban centers. The empire's massive armies, requiring immense provisions, faced increasing logistical challenges. Soldiers, once well-fed, now marched on reduced rations, their morale eroding. The burden on state resources grew immense, feeding citizens and troops a struggle. This climate stress didn't cause collapse alone, but exacerbated every existing weakness. It fueled migrations as people sought warmer lands, pressuring borders further. Internal strife, economic instability, barbarian pressures,
all amplified by a colder world. So while we point to political blunders or military defeats, let's remember the silent adversary, the creeping chill, a climate shift playing an often overlooked role in Rome's decline. For centuries, the classic Maya flourished, their cities monuments to a golden age. Beneath this splendor, a silent, relentless enemy tightened its grip. Prolonged and severe drought. This wasn't an army, but a climatic adversary. Archaeological evidence, from lake bed sediments and ancient stalagmites, paints a stark picture. Isotopic analysis reveals devastating mega-droughts, some lasting decades, coinciding with the decline of major Maya centers. Lush rainforests withered, rivers became trickles, vital reservoirs dried. Major droughts hit around 820, 860, and 910 AD. These weren't mere dry spells, but catastrophes. They pushed an agricultural society to its breaking point. Crops failed, causing widespread famine and resource scarcity. Social unrest escalated. Kings, once divine, lost authority when rain prayers went unanswered. Populations abandoned once thriving cities, seeking water and fertile land. Grand monuments ceased. Glyphs stopped. Their vibrant culture began to unravel. By the early 10th century, the heartland was largely deserted. While warfare and deforestation contributed, scientific consensus points to relentless droughts as the primary catalyst. They didn't just challenge the Maya, they reshaped their world, leaving silent ruins as a testament to nature's power. For centuries, the American Southwest cradled a remarkable civilization, the ancestral Puebloans, often known as the Anasazi. They mastered arid landscapes, building intricate cliff dwellings and vast irrigation systems. Their culture flourished, a testament to human ingenuity. But around the late 13th century, a profound shift began. Persistent erratification, a great drought, gripped the region. Rainfall dwindled, rivers thinned, and vital agricultural lands withered under the relentless sun. Water, the very essence of life, became a precious, scarce commodity. The once abundant maize fields struggled. Deer and other game dependent on vegetation grew fewer. Piñon nuts, a crucial food source, became harder to find. This resource scarcity strained communities, transforming once prosperous settlements into challenging places to survive. Faced with such harsh realities, the Puebloans made a profound choice: migration. They didn't vanish without a trace. Rather, they systematically abandoned their ancestral homes. Grand Mesa Verde, Chaco Canyon, and countless smaller sites slowly emptied. Moving south and east, they joined or founded new communities, often near more reliable water sources like rivers. This grand exodus reshaped the demographics of the Southwest. Their descendants, today's Pueblo peoples, carry forward their rich traditions and deep connection to the land. The disappearance was not an end, but a transformation, a testament to resilience in the face of environmental change.
As the climate shifted, a chain reaction began, unseen yet unstoppable. First, unpredictable weather patterns, colder winters, and erratic rainfall decimated harvests across vast regions. Crop failures were not isolated events, they cascaded. Fields once fertile lay barren, granaries emptied, and the specter of famine loomed large. Malnutrition became widespread, weakening populations, making them vulnerable to disease. With food scarce, people had no choice but to move. Mass migrations erupted, desperate populations seeking fertile lands or areas where food might still be found. These movements, however, were rarely peaceful. Migrants often encroached upon established territories, straining resources and fueling resentment among local inhabitants. This tension inevitably ignited conflict. Local skirmishes escalated into widespread warfare as communities fought over dwindling land and resources. The constant threat of violence, coupled with agricultural decline, crippled economic activity. Trade routes were disrupted, markets collapsed, and the very fabric of society began to unravel. Central authorities, already stretched thin, struggled to maintain order amidst the chaos. Their legitimacy eroded as they failed to protect their people or provide basic necessities. Rebellions flared, fueled by hunger and discontent. Political structures fractured, giving way to smaller, warring factions. This vicious cycle, famine leading to migration, migration sparking conflict, and conflict undermining governance, created a perfect storm. A world once stable descended into an age of unprecedented instability and collapse.
History abounds with societies confronting environmental upheaval. Some crumbled, their rigid ways unable to bend. Others innovated, turning crises into chances, their resilience echoing through time. Take the Norse settlers in Greenland. Arriving in a warm era, they clung to European customs, cattle, and imported goods. As the Little Ice Age descended, temperatures plunged, sea ice grew, and their traditions failed. Despite local resources and Inuit knowledge, they largely refused to adapt. Their once thriving settlements vanished, a stark lesson in inflexibility. Conversely, the Moche of ancient Peru engineered survival. Facing El Niño's droughts and floods, they built vast irrigation canals, diverting vital water. Agricultural terraces maximized land and prevented erosion. When systems faltered, they relocated entire cities. Their water management and flexible farming ensured centuries of prosperity. Medieval Europe, too, faced climate shifts. After the medieval warm period fueled growth, the Great Famine of the 14th century tested them. Yet innovations like the heavy plow and crop rotation boosted resilience. Coupled with expanding trade, diversified crops, improved yields, and developed robust exchange systems. These cases reveal a crucial truth. Survival often rests not on might, but on adaptability, ingenuity, and a readiness for new ideas. Learning from environment and cultures defines history's true survivors.
History's tapestry often reveals patterns, echoes from forgotten eras that resonate deeply with our present. As we face global challenges, the past offers urgent lessons. Consider the Bronze Age collapse around 1200 BCE. Widespread drought and famine shattered complex civilizations across the Near East. Empires crumbled, victims of environmental stress. The classic Maya civilization, a beacon of advancement, faced centuries of drought. Their agriculture buckled, contributing to urban abandonment and a dramatic demographic shift. Then came the Little Ice Age, a colder period from the 14th to 19th centuries. Failed harvests and famine fueled social unrest across Europe. Crop failures impacted countless lives. These weren't isolated events, they were systemic breakdowns. Environmental shifts acted as catalysts, exposing existing societal vulnerabilities. Even robust structures can be brittle. Now look at our world. Modern climate science paints a stark picture. Rapidly rising global temperatures, intensifying extreme weather. We see the data: melting glaciers, changing rainfall, frequent droughts. The parallels are unsettling. Ancient civilizations struggled with climate shifts they couldn't control. We face a monumental environmental transformation, though armed with knowledge. History's urgent warning is clear. Ignoring early signs, failing to adapt, allowing degradation to spiral leads to profound consequences. It's a call for foresight and collective action. The fate of empires past, from the Maya to the Bronze Age powers, whispers a truth. Humanity's destiny is linked to our planet's health. Lessons are written in the ruins, waiting.
From the cradle of civilization to the rise and fall of great empires, history often tells tales of human endeavor. Yet an unseen, pervasive force has always shaped these destinies: climate. Its subtle shifts and dramatic swings have profoundly altered the course of human development. We've explored how prolonged droughts could devastate early societies, fueling migrations and conflict. How periods of unexpected warmth fostered agricultural booms and unprecedented flourishing. Conversely, sudden cooling events, like many ice ages, brought famine and chaos, contributing to imperial collapse and new world orders. The Maya, the Bronze Age, even the Roman expansion, their narratives are intricately linked to water, soil fertility, and stable seasons. These aren't minor details. They are foundational elements dictating survival and decline. As we confront our own rapidly changing climate today, these ancient echoes resonate clearly. The records left behind in ice cores, tree rings, and scrolls serve as both warning and guide. They remind us that for all our technological prowess, humanity remains deeply intertwined with the natural world. Studying history through the lens of environmental change offers vital insights. It illuminates resilience, adaptation, and the complex interplay between society and its ecological foundations. A testament to the planet's enduring power, it holds crucial lessons for our future.